All right, hey, fuckers, no.
Jose. That's terrible.
All right, hey guys, this is Hunter's Hangout. We're going live, and we have an exciting day for you guys. We got 2 makeup jobs from very talented makeup artists. We have prizes that we got to show first. Maybe. Oh, you was all ready to go, I see.
They were ready to go. They just weren't up yet.
All right. So we got prizes from our sponsors. We have Face Factory FX. We got that awesome mask. We got Froggy's Fog. We have 2 crackers from Fright Props. And we have the Sam Haines Sounds of Horror and Halloween. Okay, and doing questions, we have Brad Goodspeed.
What's up, everybody? How's it going?
Why don't you tell everybody what they got to do as far as questions and let them know what not to do?
Yeah, so listen, ask your questions on Hunter's Hangout. It should be bumped up to the top of the feed at all times, is the post that I originally put up. If you're sharing this post to your wall, that's great. It lets other people see about it. But any comments, sometimes people get confused and comment there. We're not going to see those comments. So maybe just don't share it to your feed if you want conversation to get to us. But ask your questions on Facebook, and I'll get them to our guests.
Yeah, make sure it's on the feed that Brad posted. That's where you're going to be able to win the prizes and everything. So, and last but not least, we got Jamie Huggins. She'll be taking care of all the pictures. And our artists, we have Amanda Reevenge.
Hey.
And Jacquie Lantern.
Hi.
Okay, we're going to start off with Amanda. We're going to show some pictures of all the stuff that she's done, and then she's going to start off with her how-to makeup job, step by step. And if you guys have questions, Brad will be monitoring him, and he'll be throwing them up and telling us, answering them.
Oh, the good ones, anyways.
Hey, the good ones. I mean, don't put in stupid. Like, where do you store your makeup? Okay, we did have some pictures.
They went off into a void. It's in the Twilight Zone right now.
Earth to Jamie.
I don't even.
There, Jamie?
I think Jamie's frozen on my screen.
She does look frozen.
That happens every once in a while. It's a psychological condition. Yelling at her, Jamie!
Jamie! You see, I told you not to let her do them 2 shots before we started.
Look how adorable she is, just sitting there frozen.
Yeah.
Well, coming back onto the call.
You made her do them 2 shots. That's why.
Now she's going to be. She's more than just a cute face. She's going to start talking in a second, I think. Hello, Jamie. Okay. Well.
Okay. Well, we're going to move on. We're going to move on.
Click to the Macarena.
We're going to do the Macarena. See if she comes on first. But if that doesn't work, then we're just going to go to Amanda and let her get started.
She's probably like, "Oh, let's make Diablo do the Macarena right now. Let me free."
I think Jamie's just trying to this was decided she just wants to prove how much we need her, so she just dropped out as soon as we got started.
Right. She went back to finish watching Twilight is what it was.
Oh no.
All right, Amanda, let's just get started.
All right. So first of all, I have a setup right next to me, which you guys can't see, but I'll show you a sample. So I put a 2-layered paper towel down, and I put my stuff on top of it. So that way, when all the blood and stuff gets all over the table, I just clean it up really easy at the end.
Okay, hold up. Look who's back.
Oh, she's back.
I don't know what happened.
You went to the Twilight Zone, Jamie.
I did.
Jamie, listen, if you got to go get another drink, you can just tell us and just
Right.
stage this whole computer problem.
I had stage fright. I had to go. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, let's go through the pictures of Amanda's stuff, and then she'll start.
Okay, so you can see the pictures, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
All right, so that's Lilby the Clown, who, if you guys have attended MHC, you may have noticed this clown is wandering the whole convention, and all that makeup is done with Wolf Brothers FX. Actually have the whole kit and caboodle for that right here. And it's basically I apply white with a sponge, like one of these, which I'll be using today. And then I do yellow and black with the brushes. And it's essentially made to look like a jack-o'-lantern. Is that clown, because her whole theme is like pumpkin, hard rock, Halloween.
Gotcha.
So, and I really like drippy clown makeups for whatever reason. I don't really like really neat clown makeups. I like makeups that were made to look like I was at the carnival all day when I wear that.
Oh, we lost her again. That's why it's frozen.
Seriously?
Oh,
Right.
I hear her.
I just changed the
there she
picture.
is.
You can't see it?
Yeah, I see it now.
Okay, good.
That's Jacob from Fright Kingdom, and all that is Star Blend, and this was for a very dark, intense haunted house, and it was all zombie themed, so it's very dark shading, and it's very like dark circles around the eyes, and he was in a good pop out scare, and he rocked that makeup that night. Like, that was really funny. He scared a lot of people. I watched him for a while. Because
Nice.
sometimes when I do makeup, I always like to look at it underneath the lighting to see what I can improve on. So I went and I looked at him for quite a bit.
Very cool.
This is a good one.
Ah, yeah, that's Blossom. That's one of my fairies. And all that is literally Bruise Wheels and Wolf Brothers, and Dental Distortions, which are really awesome. If you guys know what that is, it's basically you fit a mold to your teeth with little plastic, thermoplastic things, and you mold it right onto your teeth like you would a set of fangs, and like you can do a bunch of crazy teeth with it.
I did something real stupid because I've never wore them before, and I thought the little plastic balls were just to keep it fresh, and I threw them out.
That's
I
awesome.
realized afterwards, yeah.
Yeah, no, not just keeping it fresh, keeping it on your teeth.
Right.
And they actually just came out last year or the year before with like a new, oh my gosh, what do I want to say? Not a new brand, but a new formula, which makes it a little less breakable and a little more flexible. Word of caution, though, is if you wear those, they're really sharp, and they may, like, every time I wear my distortions, they always like scar the inside of my mouth a little bit.
Dang.
This makeup that you're looking at right here is my zombie makeup that I'm going to be doing tonight. And I do that for the zombie escape room that I was acting in when I was in Texas. And that's a really fun makeup.
So Philip Lanehart has proposed the most dangerous drinking game ever yet in the history of our show. He said every time someone says the word makeup, drink. I think
Oh my
tonight,
gosh.
Oh, good God.
we might get some
Makeup.
as we can't officially condone that drinking game, but do what you want to do. But Maximus Christian Brian wants to know, how much can you expect to spend on a makeup kit for the purpose of doing haunt makeup? Maybe, I guess, a starter kit, or I guess you could spend a lot, but
Yeah, it all depends on what you're using, you know, like some of the and where you get it from. I know a lot of mine I got discounted because I'm taking the Dick Smith course online, so I got mine from Elcone. So I got a bit of a discount, but like some of these will run for $20 a piece. So I would expect to spend $100, at least $100, if you're looking for like high-end quality makeups, depending on what you're buying. I know like Wolf Brothers is a little cheaper, depending on what you buy and what colors you have. And also what website you get it from.
Right. What about you, Jackie?
As far as a makeup kit, do you mean just like for myself or for the entire haunt?
For
Oh,
yourself,
give us both answers. Give us both answers. We
Um,
got a full 2 hours here.
It's gonna take them 45 for the makeup.
yeah, I mean, for myself, I'd say about 100. For a haunt, it depends on how many actors you have. I would say 1,000 to 2,000.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, good God.
But I also work at a haunt that has, you know, at minimum 100 actors.
Yeah.
All right, this is a good picture here.
Yeah, that was from this past season, and I always like to take a monster with a monster selfies before we open at any haunt, because I find it humorous. But that was, I use a wolf brother as a base, and then I use one of these bad boys, and these are Skin Illustrator FX, and they're all alcohol activated makeups. And I'm really in love with these things. They're really pricey. They're $80, but a little goes a long way. Oh, and then my Sugar Plum Fairy.
That's one of my favorites right there.
Yeah, that one was awesome. It's meant to look like frostbitten skin, and that actually on my face is literally, I got some like snow crystal things, and then I got it was Splenda with like sugar, and I spirit gummed that to my face. And that was also using the Skin Illustrator.
How do you come up with the ideas for some of these costumes? Because they're really cool.
Yeah, it depends on, like, for example, Sugar Plum Fairy is a really funny story because before I worked officially for Fright Kingdom, they were having their Christmas event, and originally I wasn't supposed to dress up. But I was like, oh man, like I was going to do a Sugar Plum Fairy, and this was a day and a half before the event. And I was like, I was going to do a Sugar Plum Fairy, but I don't know. And then on the TV behind me was like, blah, 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 Sugar Plum Fairy. I was like, oh, okay, that's like a sign I should do this. So,
Right.
you know, I looked up like images of Sugar Plum Fairies, and I kind of did, okay, how do I make that into like a horror, creepy makeup? And so I looked up Frostbite. And so that's how the makeup and costume came together. And I actually won an award that year at Fright Kingdom. And that character later won an award at MHC. I came in second scariest character. And like that's one of my favorite characters. She's so fun to play. She's so fun.
That's one of my favorites.
Well, here's another really good picture.
Yes, that's also part of the makeup I'll be doing tonight. That was also at Zombie Escape Room in Texas. And that's all cotton balls, latex, and just like perseverance. As I like to say, because sometimes it gets challenging. Like I can't see out of this eye. I hope I'm poking the right spot.
So do you figure out a character and then get contacts to match, or do you get contacts and try to build a character around that?
I usually figure out a character and get contacts with that. Or if I already have a set of contacts, I'll use that with a certain character. And it all depends too. Like sometimes I won't wear any contacts because I find that nowadays a little more creepier, because you go to, like, if you're in the queue line like I am, oh, where'd you get your contacts? So if I find now if I don't wear them as much, I get asked that less.
Judy Boyette wants to know, where do you get your inspiration for looks?
Honestly, from the haunts that I work at. I try every haunted house that I work for or I visit. I always use my inspiration about like what they're doing. For example, Dark Hour was having their St. Patrick's Day event, which is St. Patrick's Sleigh, and they were like, "Oh, we need a fairy." And originally, I was gonna bring down my Sugar Plum Fairy, and then I was like, "No, that doesn't really fit in with like Irish St. Patrick's." So I ended up making my green fairy, which was Blossom, and I kind of designed her look off of folklore and like high fashion beauty makeup.
Right. Here's one of the ones I really liked with the bear, and it was really creepy.
Oh yeah, Demonia.
First time I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, Demonia is a character that I've had since 08. I've had her since 08, and so this will be my 10th year with her. And she just kind of came about, like, I remember how she came about, which was, I was seeing a lot of little kids come through the haunted house that I worked for. And then I was like, oh, how do I distract them from everything? So I ended up building a character. I tried to do that
sound. I just couldn't do it. I was like, I was like, how do you do that?
Oh, this is so creepy.
Yep, that's another one of my zombies for the zombie escape room. Zombie escape room was fun too, because like every day didn't have to be the same makeup. So I was the same zombie character, but I just changed my makeup every day. So I had some really elaborate makeups, and then some days I had some really simple makeups. If I knew there was a group of little kids coming through, I was like, oh, I'm going to tone it down like a lot.
Damn it! We just got to drink like 3 times in that one sentence.
So, for a question for both of you from Nikki Spawn. I hope I pronounced that right. Question: what got you started in special effects makeup?
Jackie, you go first.
Okay. Well, I have always liked Halloween. Loved Halloween, actually. So I just participated in local Halloween contests, and I started to post my stuff on Twitter, and the Dead End Hayride happened to see it and asked me to come in and apply to be the makeup artist, and it's kind of where it all went. Just a random tweet on Twitter.
That's awesome. I got started doing makeup specifically, well, makeup and acting in theater, like children's theater. And I think like a pivotal point for me in makeup is I went to an old boyfriend's play at like his school, and their school teacher needed help with makeup and knew I did it, so they pulled me on, which was super random. But I got it as soon as I joined the haunted house industry. I started learning about a bunch of other stuff in different avenues, and I've had some really great teachers that I'm going to shout out to real quick, like Amy Gamache, Jessica Olay, Katie Leishman, really amazing people, really taught me a lot. I've learned a lot over the years from them. Super, super awesome. Super awesome. You know, and then I like challenge myself, even with like my beauty makeup that I do. I'm like, okay, how do I push this a little bit further? You know, how do I make this more scary? How do I do it easier? So that's how I kind of got started with really playing with makeup.
Harold Kynes wants to know, do you keep mental track of all the products you use for each makeup, or do you log it? Do you keep a log of it?
I don't have a log of it anywhere. Everything's in my head.
In the noggin?
Yeah, in the noggin.
Big box.
Yeah.
Big box.
Yeah, I keep a mental track as well. Because when you have like your certain kit too, I find if you have a certain kit and certain makeups that you like to use, you just kind of stick with those.
Yeah, I mean, it does help to take pictures. If one turns out really good, I'll take a picture, and then I'll remember what was used just by looking at that photo.
All right, well, let's get started, and Amanda, go at it. Let's see what you got.
All right, so I was talking about setup. So I have my setup on my table. I have like this, and then I have all of my stuff like this on my table. Setup is really good for those of you who are beginning, or those of you who don't do setup, because when you, if you have to wipe something off, you can just wipe it off on the paper towel. And then at the end, it makes for like a really clean and easy cleanup. It's like, oh, I'm done. Like, it's really fun and it's really easy. A couple things I'm going to talk about really quick is, because I know this is going to be asked. There are a lot of YouTube tutorials and Facebook videos where people are using like knives really close to their face and like really dangerous products, like using scissors like right by their eye. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No.
Like I've seen a lot of those and a lot of people trying to follow those. I'm like, So, because I'm really big on safety when it comes to makeup. Like if I'm doing makeup, I tend to use hand sanitizer and or wash my hands between every client. I don't put like any of the same brushes near people's eyes, and I'm really big on safety. So when I see stuff like that on YouTube, I'm like, oh, please no, don't put that knife near your eye. Don't contour like that. So that's just a pet peeve of mine. But basically for makeup, you want to start with a clean face. You want to wash your face. You don't want any other makeup on it. So girls, if you come into your haunt with a full face of makeup, don't do that. Wipe it all off. Clean face, clean base. Also, if you want to moisturize your skin beforehand, I find that really helps so you don't break out as much. So I'm just going to take off my hat. So basically, I'm going to be using a couple different products. Changing over earphones right now. I'm going to start out with Wolf Brothers. And the makeup I'm going to be doing today, it's half a face full of makeup and half a face clean. So that's why I have one contact in. So I'm going to start out with some Wolf Brothers on one side of the face. So I'm going to take my Wolf Brothers, which is water activated makeup. Oops, that's the wrong water bottle.
So what color would that be?
It's white.
White. Okay.
White. You can also use Miron Clown grease paint and just really rub it in, or any white. I tend not to use like Party City whites though, because those can really break out your face and it doesn't look as good. Wolf is really cheap.
Hey, while we're waiting, how much time do you guys give for if you're doing the haunt and you're applying makeup to all these people? How fast do you have to put the makeup on each actor, and do you actually talk to them about what their character is? As far as knowing what to put on them, what they want. I mean, do you guys interact like that, or you just say, "Here's what I'm doing for you," or what goes on there?
A lot of mine are returning actors, so I know what they've been in the past, or what scene they're in, what they should be. I do let them bring photos in for inspiration if they have an idea of what they'd like to be. On Saturdays, when I don't have to work my day job, I will come in early to do special makeups for them. But yeah, otherwise it depends on how many makeup artists we have that particular night. We employ 4. Sometimes there's only 2 there. So I typically, for all of the makeup artists, we have between 100 and 150 people to do in 90 minutes.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been involved with a few haunts that have a certain theme for their house makeups. So I tend to go on whatever their theme is, if it's super gory or if it's super old school makeup. And even some of my characters vary. For example, my character Demonia is super old school exorcist makeup. And then my zombie is super hardcore gore Walking Dead.
A couple of related questions here. One from Lydia Rossi. Do you have any low budget makeup hacks? And from Ryan Greger, is expensive makeup really that much better than something like Wuchi?
Yes, expensive makeup is really that much better. It really is. It's well worth the money. As far as makeup hacks, I guess I don't really know what you mean.
It's just any really great money saving tips you might have.
I'm gonna interrupt really quick to show you guys what I'm doing right now.
Sure. Oh,
I'm ripping up a piece of paper towel and I'm placing it on my face once it's all ripped up, and I'm measuring it, and I'm gonna latex it down.
Okay, yeah, definitely just interrupt. That's why we're talking.
I didn't want to be super rude, hey.
No, that is totally fine.
As far as saving money with the airbrush makeup, the alcohol based, definitely dilute it with alcohol, thin it down, so you can get 2 bottles out of 1 bottle.
By the way, you guys, if you can see, I'm making it really uneven, and that's on purpose. That's completely on purpose, so that way it doesn't look like it's a straight paper towel on my face when it's all done. So I'm going to take liquid latex right now. And if you're allergic to liquid latex, I'd suggest like Spirit Gum or I think Prozaid.
Jason Oliver wants to know, is there any type of dollar store makeup that you actually like?
No.
No.
Hey, could have lied for it.
No.
Oh yeah.
So you guys, I'm just going to latex like the outside of my face. So I'm doing a full over eye piece. And you don't want to get any latex in your eye, which is why I'm laying down the paper towel first. Because I find that's super helpful, and then your eye isn't as squinty. So you're not like, oh, it burns.
Bruce Janzer wants to know, what would you say your specialty is in makeup, the part of it that you think you're strongest in, I guess?
I airbrush makeup, I guess. It's definitely my favorite. It goes on much more even and way quicker.
Yeah, we've had a number of questions about airbrush makeup that
Yeah.
I'll definitely get to throughout the evening. What about you, Amanda?
Honestly, latex, I guess, is my strong point because I really like working with it. Imagine, like, I don't know. That's a good question. I really like latex, and then I really like grease paint. So I guess it depends on what character I'm doing. For me, it's all character based, but I'm really good with latex.
Can you guys remember like what was the turning point where you dabbled in makeup and all of a sudden you're like, this is it, this is what I want to do? I mean, was there a certain point where it dawned on you, said, this is what I want to do?
There was, but I can't pinpoint it. I mean, I basically just came home from work every day and practiced and practiced and practiced. And then all of a sudden I looked in the mirror one day. I was like, oh, that's actually kind of good. And then from there, it was like, that was like a point to build on from there. I always try to improve on everyone that I do.
So, Amanda, are you covering the entire paper towel or just around the edges?
I tend to cover the entire one. Oh, by the way, I should have probably mentioned this. If you guys have eyebrows, because I don't.
I was going to ask you if it was going to rip off your eyebrows.
That was like a big question too.
I don't have eyebrows. But if you guys end up having eyebrows and stuff like that, you can use like craft glue to glue them down.
You don't have eyebrows because of the latex, because how often you work with it specifically?
Yeah, totally. No, I don't have eyebrows because I have trichotillomania, which I have a disorder where I pick out my eyebrows. So I just shave them off because it's way easier for me, and I can just do a lot more makeups easier without eyebrows.
Right.
I'm like, oh, this is way easier.
I thought it was just because of all the makeup latex you did.
No, but that would be a really funny story.
I put gauze over my eyebrows before too to protect them.
Yeah, you can use gauze. You can use a bunch of stuff. Petroleum jelly. That's the word I was looking for.
Hugh Flesher said a lighter works well for getting rid of eyebrows. I like to pass on good advice when I see it. I don't know if that one is that. A question from Shelby A. Jaggers. Question for any advice for someone who wants to specialize in blacklight makeup?
Get a blacklight?
That's a good first step.
I actually have a Kryolan UV palette. It's really awesome. It's water-based. I have the Miran liquids too. They're a little funky. They're thick. It's a lot of practice because it looks completely different. So if you can apply it under a blacklight, great. Where I apply the makeup, I don't have that right now. So basically, I go into the scene and take a photo and remember what it looks like and remember how those colors change under the black lights. but it is very different.
Word, same. Blacklight is super different though. There's a lot of blacklight airbrushing that I've seen come out recently, or has been out, and I'm just like late to the game. Which I've seen some really awesome airbrush blacklight as of recently, but I can't really say because I don't work much with blacklights.
Yeah, and any little splatter that you make will show up.
Yep.
Cindy Wortman asked this question of Amanda specifically. What is your favorite thing to do in haunt work? Do you have a favorite out of makeup, artistry, set design, or acting?
Oh man, that's a really tough question. You guys are like asking the hard hitters. I honestly can't say. I like them all for like very different reasons. I like makeup because you can be really creative with it. And then I really like acting because you can scare the crap out of people. Like literally the crap out of people. And then I like set design because it's so intricate and you can really get into like the nitty gritty details.
Yeah.
Also, if you guys are doing this and you're applying this, I would recommend shutting your eye and not opening it for at least a little while.
So you're actually leaving a little pocket in there where you can open it?
Yes.
Ah, cool.
That and like if you keep it open, like the cat litter smell will like sting your eye a little bit. So I always shut it. I mean, after a while you will be able to open it, but I keep it shut for at least 10 minutes.
Then don't your eyelashes like rub on the inside of it? Doesn't that feel weird?
No, I don't. It doesn't do it to me because I do it enough so I scrunch it up so it creates a little hole.
Right.
And you can also, instead of a good alternative, right, if you're not using paper towel, you can use black gauze. If you use black gauze and you keep it open right here, you'll be able to see out of it, which is a good alternative.
What do you think would be your guys' limitations as far as you doing makeup? What can't you do besides black light? I mean, what would you say, oh, I can't do that?
I don't think there's anything that I can't do. It's just a question of if I know how to do it yet.
Good answer. Good answer. I like that.
It depends on if I'm working for somebody or not. Because like right now with the funds and material that I have, I can't do a full-blown body cast. But if I'm working for somebody, I could.
Right.
Jose was just trying to erode your confidence with that question. Good on you for not letting him.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip up my piercing. I know that seemed like stupid to mention, but I should mention it.
Anthony Lordigan wants to know, he's never done makeup before. Is there a good way to get started? What's the best kind of project to get started with?
Zombies.
Zombies and skeletons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Skeletons, especially because you can really learn like the bone structure when you do skeletons. And I found that was a good starter so you know where things are.
Clowns are another good one.
Yeah. So right now I'm taking a bruise wheel and I'm using the shade red right here that's almost gone. You can tell that I don't use this shade at all. Not in my entire life. But I'm using red and I'm using like a stipple sponge, like a sponge, one of these. You can use any kind of sponge. An alternative, right? And this is a good tip if I can find another sponge, because I've seem to have misplaced mine. You take a wedge sponge and you, like one of these, you rip it in half. And then you take the end of it, like the flat end, like the big end, and you rip little holes in it so you make uneven edges. I'm going to be using both today.
Something unrelated, like I've been watching that guy dance for like 45 minutes behind you.
Oh, really? So now I'm doing red all around my eye.
I'm so unobservant. I didn't even notice that once.
I don't know why it's not playing my playlist because I made like a specific background playlist earlier.
Well, there was a porno on there for a good 5 minutes.
Yeah, I saw that, but he was still dancing though.
Oh, that was Third Degree of Terror when I did distressing for them. That's a home haunter. His name is Warren. Really amazing haunt, like really, really amazing. Not just because I worked on it either, like really good. That's the honest truth.
Robert Smith Jr. wants to know any advice for those who sweat a lot. I assume he's referring to when in makeup as opposed to just in life in general.
Life in general, I can't help you. I guess used a lot of deodorant, but otherwise alcohol-based makeup.
Yeah.
Alcohol comes off with alcohol. Water comes off with water. Sweat is water. So if you have water-based makeup and you sweat, it will drip right off.
So then that makeup wouldn't stick to Jose then, right?
So since you said that, here's some alcohol-based makeup. Alcohol-based makeup, super easy to use. While we're on that topic, mine looks like this right now. I don't know if you can see that. So what you do, this is 99% alcohol. I got mine off of Elcone, and these palettes run for $80. But like I've had this for 3-4 years. A little goes a long way.
Oh, so that's totally worth it then.
Yes, I love this stuff. If you're doing makeups on yourself specifically too, it's like very, very good. And it will last you a long time. And you can if you're doing makeups on a whole crew, you can probably get like 2 years worth out of it, I'd imagine, depending on how big the crew is. But also, I don't know if you can see, up here is excess stuff that I didn't use. So I just re-put it on the palette, and I could spray that and still use that.
Oh, wow.
Just a question for someone who's totally ignorant of it. If you're looking for that kind of makeup, is that the kind of stuff that a store in your average size town, they'll have a store that'll sell that, or is that usually have to buy that kind of stuff online?
You usually have to buy that stuff online. I
get
buy
mine
mine off of Elcone.
I get mine from Costco, and they actually have a discount program for haunted houses.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you get a water-based makeup. I mean, I've seen a lot of, just like research and seeing stuff, like a lot of people use like hairspray, like to spray on your face. Is there any truth to that?
I don't spray hairspray on anybody's face, so I don't know.
What if they have a particularly hairy face, though?
I still
Shut up, Brad.
So Anthony Lordigan wants to know, what's a good method for keeping makeup on for the whole night? I put some black eye makeup to go with a mask, and by midnight most of it's sweated away. I guess alcohol again would be the answer for that one.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, alcohol activated. And also if you use Final Seal products, that'll help it.
And I do the black eyes at our haunt with an airbrush, and that also seems to help too.
Right. So there's no kind of sealer you can buy, just
there is, and no matter what, there are some people that are just really that sweaty or running around that much that they will even sweat through the alcohol based.
Really? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Frame wants to know, question, do you prefer PAX paint or alcohol makeup?
I honestly don't know what PAX paint is.
I prefer alcohol. PAX is when you mix Prozade with like paint.
Oh, I've not used that. So I'm going to go with alcohol.
I prefer alcohol based, unless you're doing like a foam latex prosthetic, then I prefer PAX over it before I prefer to like pre-paint it. So I really know my own face right now, just so everyone knows, because I can't see out of my other eyeball. But that's awesome with the zombies because you can really make them super messy and it'll still look good in the end.
Question from Ryan Gregor. Do you or the haunted house choose your character for the night if you're back doing your own makeup?
I choose my own. I think that probably varies from place to place, though. Our actors, for the most part, are assigned scenes, and those scenes can change. So I guess it depends.
I choose my own typically, unless somebody requests something. So like example, a lot of people really love Demonia and want her there, so then I'll do her. But otherwise, I tend to choose my own. And if I'm somewhere, let's say, for example, Dark Hour, because I was there a lot, they have like specific themes. I'll choose a character to match the theme. Instead of being like, I'm just going to do whatever I want, I'll match their theme.
Megan Larson wants to know, do you keep special makeup on hand for people with makeup allergies? And if so, what brand do you recommend for sensitive skin?
I have not ran into anybody with that problem, but I do ask them if they have any allergies. But I've never came across it, not even latex so far.
Yeah, I usually, I haven't come up with like people who are really allergic to like Wolf or Ben Nye wheels or anything like that. With latex allergies, I'll just do face paints and stuff like that. But if they don't have any latex or anything, or if they have latex and their skin is like super sensitive to stuff like this, I would usually recommend a mask because if your skin is super, super sensitive, you don't want to be putting all of this on your face because it'll be hell the next day.
Right. And I would say like the Wolf is really, really easygoing. I use that on kids.
So I don't know if you guys can see, I'm just doing a little veining on the side of my mouth.
Let's say that somebody was just starting off doing makeup and they wasn't like, really good at it and they were just getting into it. Do you think, would you like tell them to buy the cheaper makeup to start off with, or just go ahead and get the expensive stuff?
I think it depends on how serious they are about it.
I mean, was you serious when you started, or was you like, yeah, or did you say, well, let's see what I can do?
It was a kind of let's see what I can do, but I didn't know any better either. So I was just using things out of my normal makeup. And then I was like, what is wrong with this stuff? Why doesn't it work right? Why doesn't it, like this looks like crap? So then I progressed from there and did the research and figured out, okay, this is why I can't use, random CoverGirl drugstore makeup to make something look awesome.
Right.
Question from Pat Malloy. Do either of you use store-bought prosthetics? And I guess we can add to that, do either of you sculpt your own prosthetics?
I have sculpted my own prosthetics. I'm still learning with that aspect, so I haven't brought any of those out to real life yet. But I've also done latex buildups, like a chin for a witch and like a nose, which are always fun, which is kind of my alternative to buying like a foam latex. But what was the rest of that question? I got distracted with trying to dip my.
No, the store-bought ones.
I haven't used like Spirit store-bought ones, but I've gone through like the industry into like Scream Team and stuff and used some of theirs on some actors. Just so that you guys know, I'm using this bruise wheel with this sponge to do kind of some dirtying and grossness.
The darker brown that you got there?
The blue.
The darker blue.
Bill Bordner wants to know, what's a great blood recipe to use on your face that looks as good as permablood? I know you can't use that on skin.
A recipe? I actually used the vampire blood from like Spirit, just because it's easier just to buy it by the gallon rather than me try to make it. And yeah, don't use permablood on skin.
Yeah. I'm actually going to go into that in a minute. So just give me a minute or so, and I will go into that. But next step in this shindig of a makeup. So this whole piece right now is dry. I can open my eye. I'm seeing like all latex and stuff on the inside. If I close this eye, I'm seeing all white. So I can open it without it stinging. And if you're really sensitive, like to smells and stuff, I recommend double layering this right here up, just a little bit with paper towel. But I'm adding some texture in right now. I'm using cotton balls. This is how the pros do it, right? Like this. I'm a makeup connoisseur. I'm using cotton balls to go in and kind of add a little bit more texturing because you don't want it flat paper towel.
So if you're acting in that makeup all night, would you find yourself keeping that right eye open most of the night, or is it more comfortable to keep it closed? Like,
I find I close it a lot. But if I'm having like a hard time with it, I'll open. I'll be like,
right.
But a lot of the times I'll keep it closed because that's just easier. So then you're not seeing double vision
Right.
with it. I'm going to move my mirror for the 400th time. My headphones fell out, so I can't hear you guys for a minute.
Okay, now's your chance to install Amanda, everybody.
Yes,
Ask
yes.
some questions.
Damn, usually I can come up with something real quick, but I'm going blank. I can't do anything.
Please post your insulting comments now.
It's that drinking game's messing me up, man.
Makeup.
That's a hard one.
So what I'm doing with the cotton ball, I'm almost spider webbing it. That's a good term to use for this. I'm thinning it out and spider webbing it because you don't want it all even. I'm going to put it right in the center.
Shane Long, would you recommend makeup setting spray after doing a full makeup?
Yes, if you sweat a lot.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
Stone Digger wants to know, do you ever color your hair to go with your character, or would you just wear a wig?
I do color my hair sometimes, and I wear wigs sometimes. I'm actually, funny that you asked that. I'm going to be going into putting stuff in my hair too. And I learned this from Alan Hops. Instead of doing it like the really nitty and gritty way, which I actually used to roll around in dirt. Mud mask. This stuff is amazing. I never thought to use it until he was like, I use mud mask. I was like, oh, that's a really good idea. I'm not going to roll around in dirt anymore. But I
That's not
did.
as much fun, I imagine.
Yeah, I know. It's not. It's like, oh, man.
I was hoping you were going to take us outside and let us watch you roll in dirt after this.
I know. I
I'm
should
kind of
have.
disappointed now.
Well, it'd be rolling around in snow here, so it wouldn't be as good. Sorry to lay you down there.
I'll try to get over it.
Philip Lanehart wants to know, for both of you, what was your most elaborate or extreme project?
I assisted with making a Bigfoot for the History Channel. So that was.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it was. I think I assisted on it for about 6 weeks, 2 months. Yeah, it was on America Unearthed, and then it was a special called Bigfoot Captured.
I think my most extreme one, besides this one, because this one's an extreme one, and the fact that it's sometimes challenging to do it with half a face. But honestly, my most like extreme one and challenging one for me was Sugar Plum Fairy. Because she had to be beautiful and elegant, but very creepy and dead. All right, so while this is drying right here, because a lot of this goes into time management too. You want to manage your time wisely. I'm going to go ahead and do my hair, and I'm going to switch earphones. So I'm going to go ahead and do my hair, which I really like to mess it up. You can use hairspray. You can use hair gel. I'm going to use some hair gel in mine. So I'm using Garnier fruit cheese, whatever. That's what I call it because it's just so ridiculous. I'm like, I'm going to use hair gel. Or you can use, I really also like Got to Be Glued. It's a stronger hold. But hair goes a lot with makeup. I hate like makeups that I see, and I see this a lot, where like they have really gory makeups but perfect like Barbie doll hair. I'm like, why? So make sure you mess up your hair if you're doing a makeup like this. You know, unless that's part of your character, if you want to be undead Barbie. So this is a mud mask, which looks like this. And I just put that all up in there.
Jose, kill that bird.
Yeah, Jose.
It's Julie, man.
How's this looking so far from the
Looking great. I'm
the
sitting here
internet.
thinking, how are you going to get the tangles out?
Lots of conditioner.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, this stuff comes out really easily, which is why I like it so much. Thank you, Alan, for teaching me this. I hope you're watching. If not, I hope you're watching later. Then I have a side shave that's grown out right now, so I really like to get it in there. I guess you really want to mess it up.
Chandra Huard wants to know, are the prosthetics reusable? Can they be peeled off at the end of the day and reapplied? Or do you have
Yes.
to
Yes.
redo piece?
Yes.
You just have to be careful with them, but yes.
Yeah, and everybody's letting us know that Facebook is lagging really bad today, so we're sorry about
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah, just be patient with it.
I'm going to be speaking to Mark Zuckerberg tomorrow and addressing this problem.
Tell him to go get his interns to make him some Hot Pockets, and he'll be fine. And sometimes it will get on your face like it just did with mine. That's fine. Just adds to character. You know, I know a lot of people like freak out when stuff like that happens. I used to. And then I was like, you know what? It just adds character. It's fine. And all right, so this right here is already dry, which is good. Good for what I'm about to do. So it's kind of like texturized. I don't know if you guys can see that. You guys see that okay?
Oh, yeah.
See how it's like texturized or like a whole pocket right here, and there's a bunch of, if you really want to like bring it out, it's still wet.
So do you ever use a hairdryer on your face to dry it out, or?
Yeah, I do. Unfortunately, if I did it right here, it would probably shut down the whole house power.
Might
Which
not
would
be
be
not good for your microphone either.
so.
Jennifer Waite Daigle wants to know, for both of you, what, in terms of brushes, what brand do you recommend, or what style, I guess?
I have NYX Body Art brushes and Wolf brushes, and then Sephora brushes. I mean, they all work. It just depends on what you like. You have to try them all out. But I really do like the NYX Body Art brushes.
I like Walmart brand brushes because they're cheap and dirty and easy to use. And like if you get them all like messed up, you're not like, I spent like $85 on this makeup brush set. So that's why I like them.
We all love things that are cheap and dirty and easy to use.
Ew.
That's why I missed you last show.
Do you have any tips on how to clean your brushes? Do you use anything special?
Brush cleaner.
Alcohol. I use alcohol.
For latex?
I don't use latex on my brushes.
Mm.
If you're using brushes for your latex, use a chip brush. They're like 70 cents per brush, and they're really easy to clean out and use and all that jazz. Oh, by the way, I'm using white from palette right now.
Hugh Flasher wants to know, when using an airbrush for makeup, does the air supply need to be very dry like it does when you're working in other sort of airbrush realms?
Very dry.
Yeah, there's the little condenser thing at the bottom. You got to get all the water out of it.
Oh,
Really
yeah. I
impact
mean,
makeup that much?
it fills up, and then you just hit the button, and it goes. Psh, I mean, so I guess it really doesn't
Does what?
matter.
What's
There's
that?
a button on it, and it goes, psh, and then all the water squirts out.
That's the technical term for it, Jose.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you don't want to let it get massively filled up, but I don't overly concern myself with it.
So right now, you guys, I'm going to use Wolf Brothers in black just to darken some areas. I promise this won't look as tanned when it's done.
Kyle Moncrief, on the same airbrush point, is there a favorite brand of airbrush, single or dual action? What are your preferences?
I like Iwata, the top feed.
I don't really use airbrush too much. Not because I don't want to, just because I don't have the money to get a good one.
Jason Oliver wants to know, what is your must-have product in your arsenal that you cannot live without?
Ooh, good question.
Yes.
Yes. Boy. I don't know. All of it. I would say probably a white base for anything. A lot of hot makeups start with a white base.
Is that just because for faces to show up in the darkness? Is that why? Or
To show up in the darkness or to even it out. You're dealing with a lot of skeletons, clowns,
right.
and you do really want it to stick out because a lot of the scenes are only seeing somebody for a fraction of a second. So they has to be very bold.
Mm-hmm.
So Amanda, you back to the red that you have on the other side.
Yeah, I'm using Ben Nye and the deepest red to blend everything in before I put blood on. A good tip and trick is blend everything out before you do your blood. So that way, if your blood fades or dries off or whatever, you can kind of see where your problem areas are. Again, it's with that ripped sponge. I'm going to switch over to this sponge for a minute. I'm just going to wipe it off on that paper towel that I just used.
Good old paper towel.
Good old paper towel. And I'm going to go in with a deep purple. E color right there. And I'm going to kind of just mess it up more. You can see it's like blending into my face more now than it was. I mean, it looks like that in a mirror, like across from me. I don't know how it looks on camera. What? See it?
Oh, yeah.
Like it's starting to look less like a paper towel and more like it's a part of my face. And with makeups, I really like textured makeups. But that's just my personal preference. And you'll find if you do a lot of makeups, each artist has their personal preference on how they like things looked. I know like one of my signature moves, which one of my friends pointed out to me, is I really like to give people bloody noses. So that's kind of like one of my signature stuff. And I know another artist who really likes to do head gashes. You'll see a head gash in almost every single one of their makeups. But it's not the same. It's all different, if that makes any sense.
Heather Mitchell wants to know, what product do you use the most, run out of the fastest?
Black and white airbrush makeup, for sure.
Red, red Ben Nye. I'm just testing out the blood that I made earlier, real quick. Awesome. Just making sure that all blends in. I always do like a blood test on the corners too, to make sure I'm using the right colors and it's matching-ish the blood that I'm using. Right now, I'm also gonna go in with alcohol activated makeup in blue really quickly. Just bring a lot in here, just to kind of give it a little undertone. If that makes any sense. And do my lips.
Nikki Spawn wants to know, what do you find removes makeup the best?
Kind of goes back to what I said before. If you're using water-based makeup, water will take it off. Alcohol-based, alcohol will take it off. I tend to use, for either one, I use Neutrogena wipes, and they work awesome. But for some people, it doesn't work at all.
So not the power washer, then? That was what I was.
No.
Shaving cream, baby oil, baby wipes.
Shaving cream. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yep, shaving cream.
Good.
Shaving cream will take almost anything off. I've used that for spirit gum. I've used that for prosthetics. Oh, really quick too. I'm using the deepest, darkest blue. You can also use black, but I'm making my nostrils look bigger, so it makes a more angry looking character. Yeah, so I use all that. So I'm gonna go into blood right now. So this is what it looks like without blood. Looks really weird. So fun fact, earlier I looked for my blood everywhere, and between 4 moves I seem to have lost it. So I made makeshift blood. Literally, I made it out of hair gel, red food coloring, and blue food coloring.
So the food color won't stain your skin at all?
Because I'm doing it over a prosthetic, it's not. But it will stain if you do it this way, especially with the stuff that I'm using. But if you do it over latex, it should not stain.
If it did stain your skin, how, like, just days of scrubbing the shower to get it out, or how?
Baby oil, shaving cream, baby wipes.
I work with a lot of leather dye, and there's the projects I work on, and I'm so dumb I don't wear gloves, and it's like it's on your hand for days because it's leather.
Well,
stain.
see, apparently, if you would shave your face, you'd know that shaving cream works.
Why would I shave my face?
I'm just saying.
There's something wrong with this book?
Hey, we use gel. I don't use shaving cream.
I'm really hitting like the creases and stuff too, making sure they're all filled in. And I also use cornstarch in this to make it thicker because I really like thick blood. So if you're using Miron blood, thick blood is amazing, and that's what I usually use. And the reason why I like it so much is because if you spread it out enough, it'll look like regular colored blood. But if you use a lot in one place, it will be darker. So dark, thick blood is what I really love.
Regarding Prozaid, we discussed it earlier. Stephen Frame wants to know, can you use that in a similar ways to latex?
Prosade is more as of an adhesive, so it's not. I don't think you can layer it over things. If you can, I've never done it. But it's more if you're using a prosthetic or something of that effect.
I've actually used it as a adhesive on latex masks I was making, and then when you can airbrush inks onto them and they'll stick a little better apparently.
Hey,
So,
Brad.
yeah.
Hey,
Pardon
don't ask any of Bobby Atkins questions.
Okay.
He
Fair
bought something I wanted. Fuck him.
Fair enough. You want me to just ban him from the group
Wow.
right now? I can also just report him to Facebook as like a.
Where is that to Facebook? Yeah,
Alright.
Do you
take
guys
that,
see what I'm
Bobby.
doing right here?
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, that's right, Amanda. Get him back on track. Keep him straight.
That
So,
looks really good.
I want to do something that I hate doing. I hate it. I'm using a spirit blood. Spirit blood stains a lot. That's why I hate it. But I'm gonna use it because #haunt life.
That's right.
Because I really like wet looks and stuff. Just giving a little pop of color right there.
Have you mentioned yet tonight what the theme of this makeup is, or is it just?
It's zombie. It's definitely more zombie.
It looks like half face of road rash there, almost like.
Yeah.
Road
Road Rash, Two Face. If you want to do a Two Face makeup, this is great for stuff like that. If you want to not see for the next hour, that's also great. If you want to freak out your mom at 3 a.m., that's great too.
just lay there.
Oh, I forgot my eyebrow. Where's my black? Or if you want to lose everything in front of you, and you're like, where is it? And it's like 2 feet to the left or 2 feet to the right. And I just like this because it doesn't need to be even because I actually like it like just super messy because it looks very faded. Yeah. And that's basically it.
That's awesome.
Looks great. You made it look so easy too.
What if you wanted your hair to look bloody, as if the blood had matted into your hair and stuff? What would you use for that?
I would use hair gel and like a spray, because you can really use hair gel to make things look thicker and mattier and bloodier and stuff like that.
Bobby Atkinson is still asking questions. It's not going to happen, brother. It's just you can ask away. I'm gonna stay loyal to my boy. It's not happening.
You guys are so not right.
And also,
Everybody says that-
my drop back.
Everybody's commenting how great it looks, Amanda.
oh, thank you.
Awesome.
Does
I also
look
want to
awesome.
go into really quick. If you're using Ben Nye Scar Wax, instead of latex and cotton balls and whatever, you can just go around with spirit gum and stuff like that. And this is another great product, which I was going to use until I ran out of thick blood. And again, certain products go better with other products. So that's why I didn't use this tonight. Because it just doesn't look as good with the blood I was using, I think. That's just my own personal opinion, though. But if you get this stuff, it's really awesome. It's also called Mortician's Wax.
I like the sound of that.
It's fun.
Miles Dudley wants to know if either of you ladies are going to Transworld.
Yes, I will be
Yes,
there.
I will be there too.
I will be working the Brainchild Studios booth.
Woohoo!
in the costume, scaring everybody again just by standing there. That
And
was
MH
funny.
and MHC.
Yep.
I will not be to that one.
Oh,
Sorry.
well, Amanda, that looks totally awesome. Why don't you give us a close-up look on that?
So
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's totally gory.
Do you reach a threshold at a certain point of the night where you want it, like you have to get the makeup off of you? Like, how long do you think are you comfortable working in something like that?
So I'm kind of crazy when it comes to makeups and stuff. Like, I actually kind of learned this last year. My threshold is a lot different from the average actor's threshold of stuff.
Right.
More comfortable,
And
crazy.
I never thought about it before, but like the amount of pain and suffering I take for like the art of it is way different than like anyone.
Right.
So I guess it all depends. But for me, like I'm fine with it. I've crawled around the floor in an hour with this on. I actually forgot about one step.
Your teeth.
Yeah, tooth gack.
A lot of questions about how to dirty up teeth.
This is Miron tooth gack. I'm going to be using black right now. You can also use yellow, which I have. But you take a paper towel. Okay.
What was that?
What?
Shaky, shaky.
Oh no, did we lose her just there? Or what happened?
She's still going.
Oh, I saw the screen go black. Over
Her?
there.
Oh, just ignore him. That's what the rest of us do.
Aw.
Oh, that's harsh.
We're not going to ask Amanda any questions during this part. Wow.
Are you gonna let it dry?
Hold up fingers to tell us how many minutes that takes to dry.
It normally doesn't take very long.
I'm assuming it comes off pretty easy.
Toothpaste and a toothbrush. Yeah.
Oh, okay, but just that your saliva won't take it off.
So there it is.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's great.
Then my ears aren't dirty enough for me. I hate like clean anything. So even though I'm wearing headphones, I'm like, oh, let's bloody up my ears. But yeah, that's basically it.
So I imagine because you had to answer questions and go through it with all of us, it maybe added some time to it. But if you were doing that same makeup for a haunt, how long do you think that would take you to do?
So on myself, this same makeup for a haunt is usually about 30 minutes, if that. If I'm not talking and answering questions, and if I have like a legit mirror, just a mirror right in front of me, then it's a lot less time. And a blow dryer. A blow dryer really does cut down your time. But if you're not using a blow dryer, just do the other side of your face first. Like do this side and then this side.
Right, Brad, I just gave you some FaceTime and you just got this look on your face like you're looking up. It's over. It's past now.
I was trying to hit the button to cough.
Right.
On that.
Okay. We're moving on to Jackie. Thank you, Amanda. Man, it looks awesome.
Awesome.
Great. Looks very good. We're gonna move on and show some pictures of some of Jackie's work, and then we're gonna move on to her makeup job. I think Jamie's frozen again.
Seriously?
He's just slacking. And this is the new.
You guys
This is the
can't
new computer.
I can't see a picture.
I
Dadgummit.
don't see nothing.
I'm screen sharing. What's the matter with you people?
You're fired. You only got like one job.
Sorry, well, I'm going back to my
Just show-
movie then.
Just to show the
Seriously?
pictures.
You can't see it for reals?
No.
No.
Be darkness. We still hear your voice, so could we reverse it?
All right, hold on.
You're in the Twilight Zone again.
I hit the wrong button.
That's what. See, Brad, I told you not to let her drink that much.
Okay, Jamie,
It's like
could you
hitting the wrong button.
since this isn't working, could you just vividly describe the picture for us?
You still can't see it?
No.
We're gonna move on. We'll come back if she gets.
If I could see it, it would only be seeing it with one eye. So.
Jamie, was it your the computer you're working from that was purchased within the last decade?
Actually, this is my brand new computer.
Yeah.
You still can't see it?
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, I tell you what. You tell us about your awesome self, and I will leave and come back.
Okay.
Okay.
Please do come back, though, Jamie.
Okay, well, my name is Jackie, and I work at the Dead End Hayride in Wyoming, Minnesota. Yeah, and tonight I'm going to do like a very, very simple skeleton for really beginners because it's a good base to start at, and you can build from there. It's very easy to alter. You can use different colors. So, yeah, I don't know. Do you want me to? Oh, I see a picture.
Yay!
So that's a zombie that I did. That is mostly airbrushed. Some of the highlights of the white are done by hand with an actual brush. But that one I was super proud of because I was intent on using the airbrush for most of it, and I did.
That's excellent.
Thank you.
Oh, this is a good one.
I guess it's impossible to do airbrush on your own face, right?
No, I do airbrush on my own face.
Was that last picture you?
Yeah, this is me too.
Wow.
Girl.
How do you crook your hand like that to do it? That seems like it would be tough.
I don't know. It's not.
Willpower.
That's why we do what we do, Brad, and not that.
That's right.
This is actually my character at the Dead End Hayride. I didn't get out there in character last year because I was just too busy doing other things. But when I'm out, I'm in the queue line, and that is what I am. This is just a half skull makeup. Our wardrobe person at the Hayride wanted something really quick. So we threw this together in about 10 minutes. And I think it was on Halloween. I get a lot of requests for, can I have makeup? People that don't normally get makeup on Halloween because it's just fun for them to dress up for that one night. So.
Them damn last minute people.
This I just did a couple weeks ago. I just did this with the wolf paints and water-based paints, all with a brush, no airbrush at all. That one was about half hour, I think.
I like that.
Very cool.
I love this one.
Wow.
That's a scarecrow.
That's hideous.
So the teeth are popsicle sticks, broke into pieces, and then twine. And then I used burlap applied with latex around my eyes there.
So you can't open your mouth with this one.
A mouth is fully functional. You can eat and drink as long as you drink with a straw.
Oh, nice.
So if you look in between the teeth there, you can actually see my lips.
Or if you eat noodles one by one.
It was just a random version of Twisty the Clown I did one night. That's mostly airbrush again.
That's fantastic work.
I love this one.
Yeah. That was my spin on Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas. So I started out trying to make it look like him, and then it didn't. So I just elaborated on it, and it turned out to be actually kind of cool.
That is really cool.
That's the Mad Hatter. That one's fun. I have an entire Mad Hatter costume, and at the Hayride, we have an evil bunny, so I got to go out as the Mad Hatter with the evil bunny one night. That was fun.
Yeah, evil bunnies.
That's my zombie Wonder Woman.
Nice.
I did that because I was excited because I was going to Wizard World Comic Convention, so that was my way of celebrating. That's kind of what you saw Amanda do. That is what is going on. Like from my nose down on each side of my face down to my neck, it's all paper towels or Kleenex applied with latex, and they're just kind of ripped open and then painted underneath.
I love this one.
That's Annabelle. Yeah.
I was wanting to ask you about this earlier, and I was like, no, I'll wait.
Yeah, that's Annabelle. Again, that is mostly airbrush. You can see like by my cheeks and stuff there that I actually did with eyeshadow just to give that look.
I love that.
This is a sugar skull. That one was fun. There's really no story behind it other than I was just practicing and wanted to practice a sugar skull, and that's how it turned out.
It looks great.
This was a zombie that I did for St. Paul Saints game. They had a zombie night where I had to go pass out flyers in the stands, and that was my character. And then I got to run across the field like a maniac zombie, which was totally embarrassing, but
you got any video? You got any video of that?
No.
I like this one a lot.
That was my zombie Snow White. That one was fun. Again, that's the paper towels and latex around the mouth, and then just a lot of black airbrush to give it the effect of, you know, the skin being ripped off, and then blood over the top of it. Yeah, that one was fun. The apple I made from a craft store, it actually has real mealworms in it.
Ew.
I had to drown them, and I felt awful.
Oh, there's a bunny.
Evil bunny, yeah. That was from a while ago, actually. That is, I think that might be my wolf neon paints on there. So that one was fun. And then that was when I was still learning the airbrush. I think I just did the white with the airbrush there because it wasn't quite comfortable. So the rest is hand brushed on.
I don't know if this has been discussed when I was off headset for a second there, but a number of people are trying to establish which of you has the neglected cat somewhere.
I'm hearing that.
You would think it would be mine with how needy it is, but it is not mine.
That is mine.
Good
Jamie,
God.
You can feed them, right? And then,
No, he wants to come in here with me, and I won't let him. So, you know.
okay. Mystery solved, everybody.
I'm a horrible cat owner.
This was my first attempt ever on an exposed brain. This is actually my boyfriend. He wasn't my boyfriend at the time, but he shaves his head bald, and he had this idea, and I'm like, I have no idea. Let's just try it. So that's how it turned out. It's actually all cream makeup dabbed on the top, and then I drew lines for the brain and then just dripped the blood on there. And the way that it hit the cream makeup and bubbled off, it just worked. And I don't know how, but it worked because I had no idea what I was doing.
It looks good.
That's our last picture.
All right. So we're going to get started.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start out. I just have this generic random eyeliner. I don't normally do this, but I'm just going to outline where I'm going to go with the skeleton. The reason I'm doing this is, again, because I wanted to make it very easy for beginners. So as you get better and more comfortable, you probably can just wing it, just like I do. So anyhow, I'm going to try to, it's going to be hard with these giant earphones on, but so
just paint the makeup over the earphones.
I have this thing in my face too. So start like with the eyes, and I go up over my eyebrow, basically just make a circle. So inside of this circle will be black, and then do that on the other side. And then draw on the nose. I hope you guys can see me okay.
Yep, we're good.
And you can make your nose however you want. So I'm just going to kind of make mine like this. And this is just a rough draft, just to kind of give you an idea of where to paint and what color. So everything inside of here is going to be black.
This question's from John Wood. Do either of you sketch your makeups on paper before trying them?
I have, but I don't like to because it doesn't turn out the way that I feel like it's going to look in real life.
No, but I do a lot of trial runs. Like Sugar Plum Fairy, I seriously did like 5 trial runs in one day. I was like, nope, this doesn't look great. Nope, let's redo this one. I sketch it out on my face to see if it looks good, if that makes any sense.
There's no John Wood. I just wanted to know that myself.
It's a lie.
So now I'm drawing on the teeth.
Stone Digger wants to know, have either of you used a bladder with your makeup to create an active weeping, bleeding effect?
I have not, but I have been on a set and seen it done, and it's really cool.
I have not, but I've done it on a set. Which is really fun. Also, like the blood bags, when they get sliced open and stuff and everything goes squirting out, that's always a great time. By the way, if anyone I already see a couple friend requests in my inbox because my phone just buzzed like 4,000 times. I don't accept any friend requests in Amanda Reevenge, but if you add my personal, like my professional page, Amanda Reevenge Haunting, you can talk to me on there. But if I don't know you, I don't accept any requests.
Yeah, and if you guys look at the top of the original post of the Facebook post, that's how I tagged Amanda. So you can just go up there, click on that, and you should be able to like that page.
It's also easier to message me on there. Otherwise, your messages go into like no man's land, and I don't see them for months. Thanks, Facebook.
Okay, so now I'm putting on the green. It's water-based, so I just dip the brush in the water. The more water you add to it, the more watery it's going to get. So the less water you add, the darker the color is going to be and not be drippy. Typically for something like this, I would do airbrush, but again, like I said, I want this to be beginner friendly, and I know people don't just have airbrushes laying around. So just painting on the green.
Sort of related questions from Nate Dingman. Question, is there a makeup that you hate to do? And Jason Oliver wants to know biggest horror story from applying a makeup. So either a makeup that you generally hate doing or a specific way that one went wrong sometime.
I can't think of one off the top of my head that I absolutely hate. But as far as something going wrong, I did put permablood on somebody once.
Oh, it's 10:31 here. Everyone drink.
Got my Diet Pepsi.
So what does happen if you, in case people don't know, if you put permablood on somebody, what would happen?
It don't come off.
It doesn't come off. They ended up getting it off with Gojo.
Yeah, it comes off eventually. You just have to take like
Your
10
skin
showers. Off. Yeah.
You just have to remove your skin. It's not a big
I've had it all over my hands before, and it just took a lot of scrubbing and shaving cream and baby oil and baby wipes and 4 showers.
Right. See, that's I didn't know the shaving cream thing, because whenever I mess around with the mask, my hands always get it all over me. I don't know why, but
Shaving cream works wonders.
I've heard that from tons of people. I've never had to use it. When my makeup's stingy, I use hand soap, like soft soap. It comes right off. But for other people, it doesn't work at all.
Alan Hobbs just commented, I hate when a chubby guy asks me to make him into a skeleton.
Yeah.
I guess I'm taking that off my list of requests.
Okay.
I think the makeups that I hate the most doing is I do face painting in Salem, Mass every Halloween night. one of their face painters out there, just working my butt off for like 14 hours, whatever it is. I hate doing sugar skulls. I hate it. Like, I like it if it's just on myself, but I hate doing it on other people because it takes forever. And then, like, people like to, like, move a lot and, like, talk to their friends and take pictures. And that's really hard to get good lines. And they're like, hey, take my picture. So that's why I hate doing them as much.
Matt Burke wants to know, have any of you used the clear Elmer's glue blood method?
No.
Not on my skin, no. On some costumes that I have done for myself, yes. But not on my skin.
So yeah, this part's just kind of the boring part. Just get all the green on. And you can use whatever color. I mean, you could use white. I've done it with fluorescent pink.
Nate Digman wants to know, what's a good cheap makeup for blacking out eyes and the mouth for mask wearers?
Cheap makeup? Like cheap or cheating?
Cheap.
I like coal dust, and also Texas dirt type of stuff.
Yeah, that works really good, or any super cheap eyeshadow.
Yeah.
John Bedsniski wants to know, have you either of you ever done a full facial makeup design to be worn under a mask?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
No.
So that was that a gimmick that they would remove it at some point during the...
My bunny character that I do has makeup on underneath the mask, so when I lift it up, I'm all like messed up underneath, and people don't like that for whatever reason.
Oh, that gets a good reaction.
That gets a really good reaction because it looks like an innocent, like, trick-or-treater bunny just like hobbling wrong, and then like, and I only do it for some guests, not everybody sees it. But when I lift it up, they're like, oh.
Yeah.
And it's really funny. And I also wear a cloth mask, and I do really high-fashioned makeup beauty that's all smeared and messed up underneath. So if they see any glimpses of that, it's like a girl who's tried to do her makeup and cried it all off.
Okay, so now I'm going to put the teeth on because they go on a little bit thicker, so they take a little bit longer to dry. So I'm just using this. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put my hand the way you're supposed to.
Hashtag haunt life. I think Nate Digman is just saying makeup a lot in his questions, so everyone has to drink.
Ew, I hate Nate.
Hey, Nate, makeup.
Right. We'll see if Nate makes it through the show.
Yeah, Nate, if you can comment all the way to the end of the show without passing out, we'll give you a prize. No, we won't. Okay.
It'd have to be like comment without autocorrect all the way through the end of the show.
Yeah, I'm actually having problems with Facebook myself. It seems very laggy. So if you're asking good questions and I'm not asking them, everyone, I apologize. If you're asking terrible questions and I'm not asking them, that's your own fault.
Oh, I also hate doing zipper faces on people who ask for them. I normally don't. I normally refuse.
I don't think I've ever had anybody ask for that.
It's really popular here. I don't know why. Well, I know why, but I don't know why.
Do you tend to have, from Shelby Jaggers wants to know, do you tend to have go-to characters that you just throw together, or out of need, or do you like to try something different each time?
For me,
go ahead.
Since Jackie's doing her teeth,
Thank you.
have to talk. For me, I have go-to characters that I do specifically for whatever haunt I'm working at. just because when I get hired out, they're like in demand. People really want me for a specific character. But some nights, if they need a fill-in spot, if they're really, really down, like I will fill in whatever character that they need. They're like, hey, Amanda, we really need a really awesome zombie in a graveyard. Oh, okay, I'm there. Hey, Amanda, we really need a clown. Okay, I'm there. But luckily, I try to have a bunch of characters for a bunch of different scenarios. So if I'm ever stuck in a scenario, I already have a character for it. So that's what I try to do. So if anyone needs a nurse, I have a nurse character. If anyone needs a little girl, I have a little girl character. Clowns, I have 4 clowns that I play.
Liz Trapp wants to know what characters are easy to start with, good fillers, and are quick.
Exactly what I'm doing right now. And that's why I picked it. And again, I mean, you can alter it so many ways. Different colors, different nose shape, different eye shape, different eyebrows. You know, you can have the teeth come all the way out rather than be just right here. There's so many things that you can do with it.
I find zombies are really good filler characters because of the variety and, you know, just like a bunch of different things you can do. And also you can be really gory or you can tone it down a lot and not be so gory. You can be Night of the Living Dead. You can be 28 Days Later type of zombie. There's a bunch of different types that you can be.
I agree with that. We don't have any zombies at our haunt. But yeah, there's a lot that can be done with zombies too.
Mm-hmm. And also, you know, that's a good point too. It also depends on the haunt that you're working at. You know, some people don't have any zombies, so that wouldn't be an option for you.
Right.
And then some people, it's nothing but zombies. So something like what Jackie's doing right now wouldn't be good. Variations of it would, but it all depends on the style of the haunt and stuff like that. So that is a really good point. I know some haunts who just use just masks. I've seen they use nothing but masks, so a makeup might not be right for that haunt.
Yeah, I wish I had a makeup artist at my haunt.
You got to become one yourself, dude. You're learning all the tricks you need tonight.
Hey, what do you think I did had this show for?
Miles Dudley wants to know what black are you using there? It looks very thick.
It's not really very thick. It's sorry. Let me run. It's not thick at all, actually. That's why I keep putting it on more. It's just water-based liquid. Sometimes I can't get it to stick quite right, and then I'll put black eyeshadow over it. Again, I normally use airbrush and alcohol-based paints, but I wanted to use water-based because that's what most people have access to, whether it be cream or liquid.
Heather Mitchell wants to know, do you have a specific place or vendor that you get your contacts from? Best place to buy them. Here's your chance to get sponsorship. Right here.
I haven't got contacts in years. Mine are prescription because I am so blind without my contacts in. I used to get them from a place called Coastal Contacts, and they stopped selling them, and I ended up getting a whole bunch of pairs for like between 10 and 20 bucks a piece. So I wish they still sold them, but they don't.
That's a good price too.
Super, especially for prescription.
Shelby Jaggers wants to know, as being a makeup artist or working in haunts your full-time job, or do you have other jobs as well?
I have other jobs, unfortunately. I am hoping one day to have it be my full-time job. But it just, I live in Minnesota and there's just, we have winter. So
right now this is my only job that I can get. I also live on top of a mountain and I don't drive. But haunting is like really my full-time gig. I do a lot of stuff with haunting. Like I do costuming, I do special effects, I do set design, I do acting. I do some creative directing stuff. So
I think I remember Alan Hops talking about that one time, that like if you want to work in haunts full time, you kind of have to do a million different little things, right?
yeah,
To make it work. Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely true too. You really do. And I find the more you do, the better you are at doing all of it combined. Like if you're really good at scenic design, some of your scenic design techniques can go into your makeups. So just stuff like that. And also, here's a good point too. Like you could do the best in makeup on somebody, like amazing makeup, photographs super well, amazing movie quality. But if they're a bad actor, it's all of a sudden your makeup doesn't matter.
Mhm.
So you kind of have to be good at acting too.
It might be obvious the answer, but I want to give you guys an opportunity to make the case why a makeup is a better haunt, a better a way to scare people in a haunt than someone wearing a mask. Like, why do you prefer, makeup over wearing a mask?
For me,
Oh, go ahead.
for me personally, it's I find you can emote more with them. And that's just my personal opinion, Some people are better in masks than they are in makeup. Some people are like 10 times better in masks than I am. But for me personally, I really love makeup because you can emote so much with them. You can change it up. And it's cheaper than a mask. A good mask, like a really good quality masks. And that's why I love makeup so much.
Yeah, the reason I like being a mask is because I'm a shitty actor, and I'm usually laughing at the people who are screaming, and they can't tell that I'm smiling. But yeah, would you say that if you had your 5 best actors and your 5 worst actors, that it's best to put the best actors in the makeup and the
Yes.
role?
Yes, for sure. Because what's the one thing that people tell kids when they're scared? It's just a guy in a mask. You take that mask away, it's a scary guy.
That's a good point.
We've had a few questions of either of you do YouTube tutorials on makeup.
I have, but there was a whole bunch of trolls on there, so I pulled them down because.
Yeah, but Diablo's apologized for that.
I did, like 4 or 5 times, man. Jeez, let it go.
And they take. I mean, it's something I'd be willing to do again. They just took so long to edit and put the music in, and I mean, I think now with Facebook Live and things like this, it's easier to do it this way than it is to completely edit a video and get that together.
Yeah, I do some how-tos, but not so much. I normally go on Facebook Live when I'm really bored at 3 a.m. and do them there, and then my friends can watch them later, or I'll do it when I'm actually doing a really good one. And I'm going to start offering some more like services that I haven't exactly planned out. Well, I have them planned, but I can't reveal what I'm doing just yet. Hashtag haunt life.
So as that latex dries on your face, does it start pulling at your face? Like, is it tightening?
It tightens. That's why I made it looser, but it's not unbearably tight. Like I can still.
Right.
And it's not cracking because I made it far enough out. The thing with this blood that I don't like, it dries weird. So that's why I really like Mirror on Thick Blood. But it got lost in the move, so I made makeshift blood, which works, but you got to use what you have.
It still looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah, yours looks great.
I apologize if I missed that, the answer to this, but we had a question about that from Brian Ograsek. How do you make the makeshift blood? Did you discuss that earlier?
I did. I'll say it again in case anyone missed it, because I said it kind of fast. So there are a couple different ways to do it. For this one, I use hair gel, cornstarch, red food coloring, and then blue food coloring to make it thick. There's also Cairo syrup red food coloring, and chocolate syrup that you can use that makes a really dark, thick blood. And there's also, to really thicken bloods up, I like to use denture adhesive in my bloods to really give it that thick, goopy consistency. So Cairo syrup, red food coloring, like 3 drops of blue, and a lot of denture adhesive.
We had a question from. I apologize to everyone. The Facebook is being really laggy, so it's really hard for me to keep up with the questions. But I can't remember where I saw it. But I had a question about hands. How often do you guys do makeup on hands? How much time do you put into it to match the face, or is that more often neglected? How would you describe that part of it?
Depends on the character. The line actors, they get a lot of attention to any skin that's sticking out. Within the haunt, gloves. Always gloves.
I wear a lot of gloves, but I also do makeup to my hands. But I don't spend super long. I'll just dirty them. And if somebody's working with airbrush, really getting the fingernails and fingertips. Or one of my characters, this is a good example. My character, who is a troll, like a literal troll, not an internet troll.
Not the ones commenting on my YouTube.
Yeah, not the ones commenting on your YouTube. I made that character for the Miss Scary Midwest contest fake nails. I made her fake nails, and it was made out of PVC pipe. And I used Prozade to put it on. So I really went into very detailed hands there.
Heather Mitchell wants to know, Jackie, since you were doing what you characterize as a more simple skeleton now, do you normally prefer airbrush over this method?
Yes, I always use airbrush. This I would already had done in like 30 seconds with an airbrush.
You have a very, I noticed with your photos, you have a very cool illustrative style. They look like things that you would draw. I really dig it.
Thank you. So now I'm just going to go back in and make it so we don't just have these round raccoon eyes. So I'm going to start to give it like a little bit more life. So you just pull up like that and start giving it a little bit more of an evil look, or however you decide to go with it.
And Jackie, you can probably say this too. For beginners, it helps to make an angry face while doing those.
You think so?
To get the lines in.
Oh, like
scrunching up your forehead.
I suppose, yeah. I've never done that.
She made the angry face and the lights.
I did, and I'm like,
move.
got him in the right spot then.
Yeah, you can't put them already in the spot the angry face. That's funny.
Philip Blainhart wants to know, does Jacquie Lantern do those whole neck creations where the neck is the mouth?
I have done those before. I wouldn't recommend them for a haunt. They're more for like taking a picture, because if you move it all, the whole thing is off. It's just, it doesn't look right anymore.
Or if you're in black light, I suppose.
Yeah. So I just kind of go through and add just lines here. And this is, everybody's going to have their own spot as to where they want to give it character. You know, you might want to put eyebrows on. I don't put eyebrows on mine.
Just what you did makes. What a difference that makes.
Yeah.
It really does.
I was going to say, growing up, did you sketch a lot?
Yeah.
I tell, like, your lines are very, looks very good.
Yeah, I hated math and science and was just all about the art.
It's so funny watching this mouth and then watch you smile and laugh at it. It's so weird.
Heather Mitchell wants to know, are there any characters or paint jobs that you think are not good for a haunt, that you don't like?
A Hello Kitty wouldn't be a good idea.
I don't know. If I saw Hello Kitty in a haunt,
Maybe a zombie Hello Kitty. I think you can make just about anything work if you have a good enough actor. I think that's where it lies, is on the actor.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm just kind of extending this nose up.
Alan Hops wants to know, what kind of brush are you using right now? I have trouble getting thin lines with a brush.
These are this is a number 0 round from Nick's Body Art, and I got these at Trans World last year at the Wolf booth. And they work super awesome.
When you're doing, Bill Bordner wants to know, when you're doing a mouth over your lips like that, is that better for a character that isn't talking, like, because it doesn't expose your mouth underneath?
Yeah, otherwise you can black out your teeth. And that works as well.
See, I would have a heck of a time not licking my lips after that.
Yeah, it's not easy. Then you have to drink out of a straw, too.
You just got to control your impulses, Jamie.
Yeah, I have no control. We've already
Get a handle on
established I have
yourself.
no control. I can't even wear lipstick because I'm licking it off the whole time.
That's why you gotta get liquid lipstick and let it dry.
Right.
So now that I got this filled in, I'm just going back and defining the outlines. And then here, I drag this all down to give it a shadow look. And then we'll give this a little bit more of a line. And then you can take one of these flat brushes like this and just pull it down.
You're dragging the still wet makeup down, not
Down.
There's no makeup already on that brush.
Right.
Very cool.
And that just gives it more depth.
That's so quiet.
I know.
It's quiet.
Just watching.
Well, I'm staring. Like a creeper.
Staring intently. Jeez, Diablo, stop being a creeper.
I know. I feel like a creeper. I'm like all close to the monitor and shit.
You're gonna make her nervous.
I know I am.
You're
We're all
making
staring
notes.
at
I
you.
will step back.
Who's going to get nervous?
You. We're all staring at you.
Oh, no.
Don't mess up.
I don't really get nervous.
We had the question earlier. I mean, I think it might be obvious, but we always put contacts in before the makeup job.
Yes.
Yes. Otherwise, if there's, I mean, even I've been wearing contacts since forever, but sometimes for whatever reason, they just don't want to go in and you don't want to have your eyes watering all over your makeup. So now I'm just going to add black around the edges here. Just kind of blend in my hairline. And I do normally spray black around the edge of my face with the airbrush too, so it kind of covers up the human skin.
This is probably an obvious question too, but you pretty much, once you do it for the night, everybody's done, or do you do touch-ups throughout the night during a haunt?
I don't do touch-ups unless it's an emergency or like a line actor that really needs it. Typically they're good though for the entire night, especially if you use the alcohol base like we do. So normally I would do my whole neck. I am not going to do my whole neck tonight, but because there is skin sticking out, I would cover all this up, but I'm not going to.
Shane Long has a kind of interesting question. What's your opinion on actors that come in and give you a Google image search and say, do this? Do you do it, or do you do your own take on it? So I guess in general, how much direction are you taking from actors in general, or how much are you just doing your thing on the app?
I will never, ever copy somebody else's completely. I will only use it for inspiration. You don't learn anything if you copy.
Right.
Yep.
So I will tell them that it will look similar, but it will not look identical. And
But
I
are
don't
you-
want it to.
But are you generally taking sort of requests from actors, or are you? Where's the guidance usually come from?
It depends on their scene and where they are, and how much time I have. Like I said, I will come in early on Saturdays and then take requests. I mean, do a couple of them. But typically they just get what they're assigned.
Right.
Okay, so now I'm using some white. Black sends things back, white brings things forward. So if we start to add a little bit of white around the edges here, it will start to bring this forward.
Yeah, I love how that really makes a huge difference when you start doing that.
Yeah, it does.
Jason Oliver wants to know, do you ever practice or experiment on mannequin heads? I imagine he's referring to makeup as opposed to...
As opposed to what?
Do explain.
Yikes.
Whoa. What do you do with the mannequin heads? No.
That's a
Answer
whole
is
different
no.
show.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, I think
that's
I
a
think
way
it's
after show.
safe to say no, even if you did.
No, I practice on myself.
Yeah, I practice on myself or other people. I usually use guinea pigs. I'm like, hey, you have a good face. Let me use it.
I normally practice on
That's a real
myself
creepy
because
pickup line.
And the non-Jeffrey Dahmer way. No. Yeah, let me just peel it off real quick and use it.
Shelby Jaggers wants to know, biggest critic, you or your actor?
always you. If it's not, you're doing something wrong.
Depends on the actor, because I've seen some really snotty actors. So it really depends on the actor. Mostly it's me, but sometimes you get that one rogue actor. But I'm always my own biggest critic, I think. And I think that's how you get better too. If you're your own biggest critic, because you're like, oh, that's fine. You're never going to step up your game.
Some of my makeups that have got the most attention that people were like, wow, it's really awesome, have been ones that I've been afraid to post because I thought they were so bad.
We have a number of questions. People are curious, including myself, if whether or not Jamie, like, did you kill your cat or what happened? It wasn't that embarrassing. You could have let it live.
No, I sent a text to the other end of the house and said, get the cat.
Is anyone following along and doing their own makeups and posting?
I was wondering that too.
Yeah, post some pictures.
Yeah, post them.
Face makeup only, please.
When I get 2 eyes, I would love to look at them.
So I'm just about done here and just doing some random touch-ups.
So I have to give offer 2 awards tonight in the comments section. One for most trolling is done by Philip Lanehart, and creepiest comments come from Hugh Flesher. You guys can look later and read them. I'm not going to repeat any of them on air. I'm not gonna, but you two guys take the cake for those 2.
I know somebody could watch us making toast all day, apparently. So
I know.
word, same.
I'll make toast all day. All right, so that's just about it. And then in the pictures that I provided, if you put the hood on,
It's amazing. Looks really good.
I know. She made it look so simple, but you know, if you try to do it, it's not going to look like that.
I know.
Okay, Diablo, your turn.
Yeah, I'm going to
Go,
try it on
Diablo.
Margaret. You watch. I'm going to try it on Margaret. It's like,
No, post those pictures. I want to see.
Yeah,
While she's sleeping, you put makeup on.
I will. And she will be out, and I probably could get halfway through it before she woke up.
so with this one too, you could like splatter blood on it and stuff too to break up the cartoony feel of it. But again, it's just, like I said, there's so many places you can go with starting just with this. So that's why I picked it.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Thanks.
Really good. And you know, we want to thank these guys for coming on and showing us how to do it. And please, if you guys go back or you're following along right now, you know, and doing the makeup, please send us a pic of it, message us a pic of it or something so we can like put a little collage together. And if you guys like the how-to makeups, let us know. And then maybe next year we'll do like an advanced makeup show. Just let us know, you know, in the comments or whatever if you like this type of stuff, and we'll try to do some more of it.
Yeah.
Right now.
And just one other note. If you guys get time tomorrow, there's been a bunch of questions that we couldn't get to tonight just for time and also because of the lag issue. So I apologize for that. So if you guys get a chance, maybe go through some of the comments and answer some of them if you have the time. Little advice. Skip over Hugh Flesher. That's my little piece of advice.
I'm afraid to read that now. Like, what's on the other side?
Hey, skip over Bobby too.
Yeah, sure. Fuck that guy.
Hashtag haunt life.
All right. So, oh crap, Jamie's out.
She's frozen again in the same pose that she was earlier.
Jamie, you there?
That's her go-to pose.
Oh, for the prizes, right?
Yeah, Jamie's.
She always freezes when we need her, I guess.
Well, Jamie, if you want to message them to me, I'll read them if it's quicker than getting back on air.
All right,
Wait,
well, hold on. Wait.
Two of her at the bottom.
I know, I see that too. I'm like, whoa.
Jamie, can you
You
hear
there?
us?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, it's prize time. Look.
Okay, prize time.
Oh, am I the prize person?
Yeah.
Because I did so good with the names last week.
Dude, you butchered them so bad we want to see it again.
Okay. All right. Well, tonight we have all easy names, so yay. So the winner of the Froggy's Fog is Nikki Spoon, I hope.
I thought you said they were easy names.
Bond.
Spoon. Okay, the winner of Fright Props Firecracker is Lydia Rossi. The other firecracker goes to Heather Mitchell. The FFX mask goes to Jason Oliver.
Oh, go ahead.
Yay.
And the Sam Haynes download goes to Philip Lanehart. And if you won a prize tonight, please contact Julie Rydell by tomorrow to claim your prize.
Thanks, Jamie.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for the show. And I want to thank you guys for coming on and doing this awesome makeup job. Let everybody know, how to do it from, makeup to prosthetic, to latex, and just doing it with plain makeup. So that's awesome.
Well said.
I know, dude.
Hashtag
Well,
haunt
dude,
life.
it's all them damn makeup drinks, man.
Yeah, wait. Makeup.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Thanks for coming.
Hashtag haunt life.
Where's the stop button?
Coffee.